I can get later. You've given me so many things, and I even told you I would get you something at one point, and because I'm a poor bastard. I did, and I guess no one liked it. I thought that there were some good performances, and I thought it was a good. Yeah, I liked the themes. I thought it was a good movie. Go fuck yourselves. What did you guys think of it? Waiting for the Barbarians, 2019's.
Waiting for the Barbarians, right? All you do is wait in this goddamn movie.
What?
That was my entire take on the whole movie. Sorry, I'm welding over here. I don't know why you started. I said give me an extra minute here.
Got to take your opportunities. Got a joke coming, fellers. This is a first for the podcast, I believe. Wait, you thought he was Yokoing? Like that they're showing up and they're just murdering. They're just murdering and torturing, and then they pissed off the people. I mean, I understand what you meant by the Yoko statement. I understand that, but I still really don't. The British were being well. They weren't even like the British Empire. They were the unnamed theoretical whatever empire, but they were coming around just torturing motherfuckers that were just kind of living there. No one had any problems. Like it wasn't his fucking fault.
Wait. What? What?
What do you mean? No, it's not based on. They don't even say the name of the empire. It's like clearly like a parable, the theoretical empire.
So nothing was at stake.
Really, I mean, he did really simp particularly hard for the lady. Like the big plot point in this film is there is just some blind lady who got tortured by the British dudes. We'll just call them the British dudes. Got tortured by Johnny Depp and the British dudes. And he just washes her feet over and over again. And I thought that was supposed to imply he was like diddling her, but apparently it didn't. He wasn't diddling her. He was just washing her feet. And then he signs up Harry Melling and another dude to just like go and take her like out into a super fucking dangerous adventure just to save this one lady. I don't know. I don't know. Well, he did simp. He did make mistakes, but I like.
Oh yeah, and I feel like they lose all of it. They lose everything on the whole thing too. Like why they the horse, the silver they brought, like all the gifts, the men, and then yeah, at the end he's just like, all this didn't matter because I think I do love you. And it's like, you son of a bitch! Why? Why did you do anything?
Yeah, I mean that was a bad decision, but just because the character makes a bad decision doesn't mean that it's a bad movie. You don't have to change. You didn't have to change. He had he was his resolve was in inherent conflict with the other dudes. So you didn't really have to change. Yeah, don't be fucking throwing your film professor bullshit at me. Yeah,
They're cartoonish.
he didn't have a name. He was just the
Magistrate. He's just a
magistrate.
magistrate. Yeah. That's true.
I don't know. It might have just been like I guess it's just my vibe on it as opposed to yours, but I don't know. I like the fact that and apparently in the original book, so this movie ends. It's called Waiting for the Barbarians. At the very ending, it's like, all right, there's the barbarians, and then everybody's.
And then they're just standing there. They're all like, "Here we are."
Help for a little bit.
Abrupt.
Well, and I like that because it sort of
that ending still took a minute. Like it was a slow pan up to the barbarians. It wasn't abrupt. Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Brad, do you have any deeper thoughts on this picture at all?
No, that was funny though that you thought that such a sudden and abrupt ending from this movie. I mean, for the pace of this movie, yeah, I guess it was because everything fucking took forever. I don't know. Yeah, that's all it was. I was into it for like the first 45 minutes, and I was like, okay, Johnny Depp's an interesting character. I can already tell I don't like him. Then Robert Pattinson shows up, and I was like, okay, this guy seems a little more unique. He seems to have more depth than just being like kind of. And then he doesn't, and it turns out he does. He's actually just worse. Yeah, and then it's just like them kind of like prancing around, being like, why you be here? And it's like, oh, you don't need to worry about that. Just help us do our thing. And then, oh, you guys are fucking up all these poor locals and torturing barbarians. Oh, don't worry about that. It's war. And it's like, yeah, I just felt like I was just hung out to dry for too long at that point. Like everything that got set up just kind of kept playing out until the very end, where it was just like, oh, the payoff for everything is going to be him reading the little cards and little notes, and the last one's like, this is war or murder or justice, and it's like, okay, I get it. The barbarians are pissed.
Barbarian cunning.
Yeah, it's very cunning of them, and I was like, I get it. They're pissed. Of course they're pissed. Why would they be pissed? And then they attack at the end. Yeah, cut it down like 30 minutes. You want to know my remake? Is like everything's the same except we just follow fucking Johnny Depp and Robert Pattinson when they go into the desert each time. That's it. And then we cut 30 minutes off the movie.
So you really just want to watch mostly the killing of the barbarian.
If I'm gonna have to watch torture porn, I don't want to be emotional torture porn.
Yeah, you just
I don't
want
want
watch,
this. I don't want this
watch
strip teasing
little...
bullshit. It was cock teasing. It was implied torture. It was fucking 2 hours of implied torture until he actually gets like strung up, or the guy with like the hammer. That was kind of fucked up. I'll give you that. When they were like,
yeah, with the barbed wire through.
And then like he's like Johnny walks over and he like marks him with an axe, and they just start whipping him and beating him, and he walks over with a. Well, interesting, yeah. Until he brought the hammer out, and I was like, maybe not, maybe not.
I mean, how cartoonish was it though? Because
it
they had
was so
like
cartoonish. The magistrate walked out.
Torture like, humans. Like we do a lot of funny shit. Ever heard of a dude named Vlad the Impaler? Yeah, exactly, well, dude. He was all about the show. He was all about fucking style killing. Yeah. Was drab? Or wait, are you saying that the torturing that Vlad the Impaler had was drab, or that these guys was drab?
These guys were cut.
That's drab, huh?
It's just, yeah. And I get that, like, we are just kind of with the magistrate through the whole thing, so we don't get to see, like, all this torture, and it all has to be implied, but still, like, come on. A little more payout here and there would have been nice. Yeah, just go. Just go do it.
So you basically, thus far, what we need is more torture and not just drab torture. That's what Cats. What?
No, it's implied torture. You fucking
Cats
moron.
Over here calling this torture drab. Like, what are some good tortures? Give us.
Tell me one scene of torture that you actually watch that isn't the magistrate. One scene of torture you watch that isn't just the magistrate. Tell me right now. One scene of torture that isn't just the magistrate. Tell me one scene they show you of actual torture.
There's the fucking human centipede.
Yeah, that's it. And that's it. It's the rest of it's implied. That's what I'm saying. It's drab because the rest of it's implied. It's just like the thought of torture. How spooky.
Is it drab or is it cartoonish?
It could be both. Here's what it did.
You know, that would be like really challenging. Like, it would be a handful to try to actually do that. Like, okay, now you stand a little bit closer, quit wiggling. I'm trying to like I guess you're not really worried about like needling it through their face. You're just kind of jamming it, you know? Like, all you gotta do is just hold their mouth open and just jam it through their face. It's not, I don't think you know, the more I think about them actually doing it, the less I agree with you that it's particularly cartoonish.
It's stupid. And it tries to play it so it tries to play it so like serious and like for that payoff, like dark and serious, like torture. But like, yeah, you're saying it's cartoonish. So it just comes off as kind of like watching the fucking anvil hit Wile E. Coyote. Ooh, that hurts. But it's still silly and stupid. You fucking kidding me? He's got a golden hammer he uses to beat the skulls of barbarians with. It's like, yeah, okay, this is a little cartoonish. Come on.
Yeah, but like the
wire
line where he
wrap is like the
explains
tears
why
of
he does
children.
it, like the whole thing about like it's a vanity thing, but it also like it just kind of removes it, just makes him a little spookier. I thought the sunglasses were cool.
They were
I guess
neat
you guys are
looking.
just colonizers and you just don't really care about indigenous people
Props.
being all trail tier. So yeah, you're the worst colonizer. You stole their water, motherfucker. Give it back, Ira Hayes. To Ira. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. See, if you gave him a casino, then it would have been
They
okay. It wasn't
co-signed
your
it.
casino to give. I thought it was kind of interesting because at the end of the day, they actually were like it did kind of show them as like not the like cleanest cut of folk, I guess, which maybe I'm just a racist for even thinking that was a bad thing. But I don't know. I kind of like the fact that like it was showing, yeah, they were just being fucked with, but it was also showing like it's not like pure clean cut. They're just like these fucking trod upon people, you know, like
Oh, I loved that at
they're
the end
also
too,
a
where
little
they're just like,
hearts.
"Hey, we're treating for now, but thanks for having us. You've been wonderful," and they just leave. They just fuck off.
You
I
know,
was like, "Oh,
apparently
okay."
in the book at the very ending, the barbarians don't show up.
They still don't show
Yeah,
up.
the soldiers leave, and like then it just says, and then winter comes. Yeah,
Fuck off.
I guess. Well, and also, so it was also written from the first person perspective, which I think would make it like it's interesting to think about this film from that perspective because you're never really, even though you're following the magistrate the whole way, you never really feel like 100% like in his head or knowing exactly what he's thinking about shit. So I don't know.
Week
Like that's
208. Still no barbarians.
yeah. Then there's just no barbarian. They never show up.
It's just his diary. Fucking
1980. Penguin or some shit. Apparently, like Penguin or one of those book publishers or whatever put on like a list of like the top 100 best books of all time or something.
awful. Maybe I'll check it out, but no.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got our Parthian stuff. He's just like, ah.
So are the Africans the barbarians then in this case? This guy sounds like a racist to me.
Or I guess.
Okay, so now Katz has no respect.
I
You gotta say something
No.
bad about the Irish now, you fucking racists.
mean, there's a lot.
Hibernian problem? Does that mean the invasion of the red hairs? Does that mean the invasion of the red-haired freckled folk?
If you were paying
I'm not even a
attention,
full patty. I'm not even like a half patty.
you just keep falling for all
I'm
the
not even like a full
psyops.
quarter pound patty.
That's why you can't level up.
So did I, and then I remembered like, oh wait, my mom is probably like a big part of my genetics, right? And then she's like, yeah, I'm fucking full Norwegian or some shit. You're Croatian, right? Like that's some kind of fucking Russia-y thing, right? I don't respect that. Oh, yeah, no, that's you're basically a minority to me. I don't even consider you white. I didn't feel like it felt that white guilty. Like I felt like it
No,
definitely felt like a little bit white guilty.
I think they would have picked someone else other than Johnny Depp because he's too tan to be like really white guilty type guy. Robert Pattinson is kind of the white guilty looking dude, but he's like the second on this. I'd say it is Colonizer. It is him with colonizer syndrome, being like, I'm so sorry, guys. But I've also just noticed that I think a lot of books from Africa just kind of suck. I'm going to be honest.
From the entire continent of Africa.
I'll find a good one eventually, but
a
if
lot
this
of
is
books.
this is the second book from Africa
Have
I've
you
heard
done a lot
of.
of African literature in
No, not at all.
Is that written in Africa? I mean, we're all from Africa, right? Like, isn't it,
No.
They might have wrote part of it there. The shitty part.
I think most of the Bible would have been written in Europe. No. That's fucking.
I think they wrote. I thought
Egypt?
they wrote it in like the Middle East or whatever.
Yeah, Egypt is, but that's not like. So then you go across the water, so that's like where Israel and Jerusalem. But then that's like where it happens. But it was written like up in Europe when it like all migrate out, and like they spread. You know,
well,
that's
Europe.
like the Gospels.
The Gospels, I do not think the Gospels.
Part of the Torah part of the Torah was probably written in Africa. You're right, because it is Egypt, and then they migrated out for the 40 years. Then they found Israel or Palestine or whatever. Who cares? Jerusalem. It's been a fucking mess over there forever.
Yeah, they should write a new Bible with all the new stuff.
And the Torah is the worst part of the Bible too. Like, it's not even Jesus isn't even in that part. That's like reading like a Superman comic, and it's just Jimmy Olsen for the first half.
I dig. Yeah, no. If I'm like, it's like the Trinity to a certain extent. You want the whole Fantastic Four there, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just an Invisible Woman one-off. He's Captain Fantastic, or he's Mr. Fantastic.
And in this movie, Robert Pattinson is Jesus. I wanted to see more of him, but instead he was a prissy little bitch who was just like, I do torture and I'm mean. And he's should just been one scene with him doing something, just one. That would have made.
He gave a lot of foot rubs. He said it in the beginning of the movie. He said his entire feelings on everything at the beginning of the movie. He was talking to like his friends, and he said, "I just wanna fucking die with like maybe just a couple, like 2 words."
No. We're talking about Pattinson.
Knowing that
Robert Pattinson's character.
Oh, Robert Pattinson's.
Yeah, we know his thing. He just wants to fucking be there. It's obvious he doesn't have any fucking goals by the 2-hour mark of the movie.
Yeah, he kind of reminded me of because like he was like I kind of read him as like he was just like the young guy who just like super loved fucking just being in charge of whatever the fuck he was in charge of, and just loved his country, just loved fucking the military, just fucking loved killing, because that's what we do here, that's our fucking thing. That's just how I read that guy, I guess. Like he was just into it, and like he didn't realize that through those passions he had slowly gnawed away his soul. That gave me a sense of, well, it was really just the performance from Robert Pattinson mostly, I guess. That was the way, and that scene where he was asked how he can take food, and the way he reacted to that. Like most of the things I liked about that, it really came from like little subtleties from like performance.
Okay, if you're gonna talk about subtleties, it wasn't when he said, "How can you eat after you do your job? Wash your hands of your blood." It was, "How can you sit with your family?" He was like, "Get the fuck out of here, you stupid fucking bitch, you fucking pussy! I'll fucking kill you." He was. I watched the movie. Or does he just hate the magistrate? Is this just raw hate? Sorry for sharing.
It was basically just saying like, if you just leave shit alone, a lot of people would be a lot happier if fucking governments didn't come in and try to fuck with the people. That's how I read it. God damn it, that was. You're gonna have to
listen up, guys. Listen up.
Why do they have to do it though? Well, it's a movie. Like you read it however you want. Like you can say power corrupts. You can say like bored overpowered governments fucking just decide to fuck with people because they like to show off their power. Like you just take it however you want. You know,
it's too wishy-washy though, because Dwayne, at the end, the barbarians come
exactly.
And they were abandoned, so like there was a reason for them to be there in the first place.
If
in the
they
book,
would
at
have
least,
left them the fuck alone, then the barbarians probably wouldn't ever fucking done that. But then it like becomes more of a fucking question because he was communicating with barbarians. Maybe they were actually planning something or fucking whatever, or maybe they were only planning something because they were being fucked with. I don't know.
Because you present
thing. Why does it have?
No, it isn't. It's very simple. You present a secondary antagonist, so that your first one can kind of like take the role of the protagonist and like be the hero to these people. And then in the movie, you have them leave, right? And in the book, it's fine because they leave and no one shows up. So it's shown then that the occupying army was actually the antagonist because it was a lie.
You were just
there was nothing. Shut the fuck up.
Stupid that it ended that way in the book.
I'm saying
it would be even more boring. Put more.
There's a reason why you have it in the book. I can see there's a reason. But in the movie, it makes it worse because then it's like, oh, they actually had to be there. There was a reason for them to be there. They weren't just there being evil cunts for no reason.
You don't know that. You don't know who fucking like.
This is barbarians, and they're there to obviously fuck shit up.
That's not fucking like that. They specifically say they're just fucking nomads. And that, like, you are just calling them barbarians. It's not like they fucking woke up and they were like, we're fucking barbarians. I'm gonna just fucking eat meat off a leg. Not necessarily that they deserved it, but just if they wouldn't have fucking done it, then everything would have been fine. And that was that was all the magistrate was trying to do. He was just trying to like let it just remain fucking tepid.
He's a big pussy too.
He was sneaky about it. He was writing fucking coded languages between. Because he was thinking with his dick. That was him thinking with his dick. Like that whole part with him bringing the girl back to the barbarians, and then they just kind of fucking throw her on the horse.
No, I changed my scoring. This is a great movie. I get it now. It's all about how like good pussy drive a man crazy, and it all makes sense now. How good pussy will literally ruin your life.
Well,
it's great. You got me, Dwayne. It's a great movie.
Keep your kingdom and be a king. You could remain a king if you didn't let fucking women take your seed. Sure, yeah. Do it. I like if you want, like in. What? Oh, okay. So this is gonna be like a Chad handbook kind of thing. He wasn't framed as Jesus. He was framed as a moral guy, but he was a moral guy with fucking pitfalls, and his biggest pitfall being his simpy dick.
The feet washing thing was kind of Jesus symbolic, and like the
Cats, is that the entirety of your idea? Can you give me like some like additional like I don't know, like maybe an additional plot point to show how Simpitude, a couple additional plot points to show how Simpitude can destroy your lives in other ways, maybe. That's what happened in Troy. Yeah, but Iliad, right? You know how that worked out. Like, Helen of Troy, like fucking Paris just let his dick fucking fuck up his entire country. He wasn't even the king. He was a prince. Ugh. Because he's like a little annoyed about the torturing.
he's not a fan of it.
I mean, that seems like a good enough thing to me. So wait, he wasn't really retarded though. He just at one point got mad simped. He just got entirely dominated and cash cowed, cash pigged. Is that how it works? Yeah. Cash pigged. You didn't have. Well, I guess if you wanted to be a part of this illustrious podcast, you had to. See, now you're
Yeah,
sounding like a fucking lameo here.
because
Being
I feel like I watched it for nothing.
facts.
I feel like the whole thing was for naught because of that.
Because
Especially now learning that it wasn't based off any kind of true story. It's just, man, I just wasted 2 hours for some
it's not a
dudes.
true story. I was pretty certain the whole time watching it the first time that it was not a true story because they didn't say anybody's name or like the name of the fucking country.
Yeah, all the more reason why I thought it was probably real.
History movies are usually busting with fucking proper nouns.
Not if they're busting with war crimes of people still alive.
Just because it was old. Well, it's slow and it's old and it treats everything like though
It's
you
not
say it's
old.
cartoonish, it treats everything very realistically
It's
and
very
realistic.
recent.
But either way, though, you've had your time to complain about this. I need to know more about your simp story, so I will give you time to think about that. And I'd like to hear you expand on how simping for
He
the
just does the same shit, except he's
I know
like,
you've
fuck women.
you forwarded that, but I don't want to accept
Cats,
it.
I'll give you your first scene.
Do better. I believe in you.
Here's a free scene for you. When he sees a lady and she's all bandaged up and being homeless outside of his place, he sees her. He goes, "Man, fucking gross," and gives her some money. Then he just leaves. Yeah,
He just takes a big
yes,
well, he
queen.
literally washes the shit out of her feet, so like you can't even like make jokes about like him like
Oh,
what that's give just
fine.
like
Actually,
expand the similitude, cats. Just throw in a fart song or something like that. Just give me something. Just give me something. Brant. So I feel like you already like said something earlier, which may or may not have been in jest about what your idea was.
it would be a good idea, but I think I have a much more fitting idea. Although I would like to see what was going on with Johnny Depp's character out in the fucking fields, especially when like that dude came back with like the top of his head and brain missing. That was sick. I wanted to see how that happened. That would have been cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
But instead of going like, I'm going the exact opposite, whereas Katz is going,
you're gonna do fucking with the Barbarians, right?
No, I'm gonna go glamming the Barbarians. I want like we're doing a RuPaul drag race thing. Like they're all gonna be like fabulous, and they're all gonna be like, we're doing fashion police. And they've come across these disgusting barbarians, and they're so like that whole scene, like where he's like washing her feet and stuff, and he sees her beach. She's like, "This won't do, honey," and he brings her in. And he like fucking gives her a total makeover, montage style, glammed out, the big wig, the perky tits, doing the nails, shaving the legs. Oh, we're going all to doing the waxing, all the way in. Johnny Depp, he would be the kind of like the bald gal, one of those ones, you know, and he's got like, he doesn't even like wear himself in drag really, he's just got like a little bit of eyeshadow on, but like then Robert Pattinson's like really catty about everything, like when they show up, he's just like waxing the bra.
Are Robert Pattinson and Colonel Joel, are they like the
everyone, all the occupiers
I'm saying, I get that everybody's in drag, but like what's the plot here?
It's the same movie, but everyone's in drag.
Okay.
And instead of like just torturing them, they're like giving them makeovers and stuff. I told you, it's glamming the Barbarians.
You got to give me a plot, Brant. Like I really wanted to like give Katz more time to think, but if that's really all you got,
I mean, like that's what it is though. Like instead of them like, oh, we're gonna protect you from these filthy barbarians, you're like, we're not just gonna protect you, we're gonna make you all better. We're going to put a gelato in here. Really I want to see a sushi bar. And then when we get this place gentrified, we're going out to the desert to get those barbarians. And they got like sequin dresses and like makeup kits and a bunch of like guys with like trimmers and stuff. And that whole scene, like where he's taking her back to the people, it'd be like that. But she's like all glammed out and she's like in the cherry and like gold and sparkles. And he's like with her the whole time, and then they get there. They're just like, what?
I don't want the same movie, just Baz Luhrmann. I would rather. I'm really just disappointed in you right now, Brand.
I'm disappointed you chose this fucking shitty movie.
I waited for you guys 3 months to
Santa movie
Popeye.
With this. Fuck you.
I thought it was a pretty good movie.
I'm sick of your art ho bullshit, Dwayne.
At least look at this though. Like we're getting nice reactions here. We're getting discussion. We're disagreeing. We're not just coming over a lovely film. We're just look at this. Look this is what the podcast is all about. This is what the viewers have been asking us for in their super chats, and we will read those at the end, I promise. Yeah, I know. Like we're actually getting too many of them. Like we were thinking about doing a charity thing, but then we decided. Yes. Yeah, I know. Like I'm okay. I like the fact that I'm getting the likes and we're getting the subs and everything, but like the comments really help us get the views so we can bring more content like this to you guys. Like it's dropping it out there, just like maybe do you guys want us to do like that thing like where we like say, hey, like what did you guys think? What sort of remakes do you got? Like just put your remakes. Yeah, no, we don't do that, but like seriously though, you should like just assume that we're saying that. But how, like, do you have any ideas? That's why I want to know. That's why I want to know, because I honestly, like, I'm only doing this just to pay for this luxurious house we're all hanging out in.
That I'm constantly clipping through.
Well, that's where the camera is.
I'm trying to like talk to you guys too, but it fucks with me too because I can't look at you. So it's
yeah, no, it's yeah, it's at least when you're on like the edge, like you can kind of work with it, you know. It's like it's more difficult when you're in the middle. Cats, what do you think about what Brant's doing?
Yeah, but it's funny.
This is great. This.
It's like Naked Gun.
Oh yeah, no. Are you? I just figured we were done at that point. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
What do you got? Simp me up? What do you got? Simp me up. I want more simpage. Horny, very very horny guy. Well, what are you picturing this guy to be? Like we keeping the same cast? Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and then like when he gets in there, like he takes her away too, like he finds like a bunch of the other prisoners' pants, and he's like, oh, and he takes a bunch of them too, or something. Yeah, go lampoon with it. Is it? We're gonna get you, fucking bro. It's waiting to go bareback, pussy. Waiting to go bareback. That's what it is.
Waiting in the Barbarian.
Mm.
What?
That's the trailer. That's the trailer. Right there. That's just not even that good.
I can see that being pretty good, actually. That's a crowd.
It's all crusty and unwashed. It's all fucked up. It's all hairy. It's like
You can have so many jokes like what barbarian panties look like and things like that. Just like a bunch of hair. You just shave them.
She's not totally gimped. She's kind of gimped, but she's not totally gimped. After like he takes care of her, she can kind of like fucking move a little bit. Not like they're all like twisted fucking mangled monsters. It's just like no, they like she can move.
Yeah, they don't seem to work much. Well, no, it was her feet were broke.
Yeah, they fucking broke her feet, and then he mended and fixed them. And then like because like she's moving like at the end too, and she's standing at least, and she's like, he's gonna take the silver instead of my horse. he says, I could take the horse because without it, I'll die here, but the silver's his. And then he's like, oh, that sucks. Anyways, if you're not going to fuck me, I guess I'm leaving. And he leaves her in the fucking desert with a horse. And she's just... yeah, that was his walking sheep.
So he doesn't even get. Does he ever get laid? Does he get? Does Colonel Joel bang him or something at the end now? Because he's got to get laid if it's National Lampoon. Not a. American Pie. Porky's.
Van Wilder? The Naked Mile?
Observing her.
Oh, Superbad.
Oh, Superbad.
No, but they have a growing
They don't get
coming
laid
out
in
moment.
Superbad. No one gets laid in Superbad.
No, McLovin gets laid.
Does Jonah Hill really not? Didn't one of them get like their dick a little sucked? Emma Stone, right? Emma Stone. Hide face. I'm gonna have to look at Emma Stone again.
Yeah, and I have to take a look at Emma Stone. What the fuck? He tries to get some pussy, and she's like, let's be friends.
There's a lot of it.
Sarah?
Sarah? He doesn't get laid? Like, I figured, I thought one of those guys got laid. Like,
yeah, McLovin gets laid. McLovin gets laid.
Yeah, not just, I knew McLovin got laid.
No, I think it's just...
I thought one of them got, like, their dick, like, half sucked or something. Like, they didn't finish. Like, they didn't get full laid. Like, some hijinks occurred, but they almost got laid. Or, like, they got the girl.
Yeah, I think it was Michael's... Yeah, because it was at the party. Jonah Hill was confessing to Emma Stone, and, like, Michael Cera was, like, trying to get his dick sucked. And then he fucked it up, and he was like, I go... He probably ran downstairs, up his pants up or some shit.
Well, you know, we should just stop postulating on what occurred in Superbad, because I think all of us are wrong. I don't think any one of us is correct. I think you're the wrongest, Cats. I honestly think we're the wrong. I like that. All right, but back to Simming for the Barbarians. I had one last question about it, which was just so he drops her off. He didn't get laid. He has his walk of shame. Like, what is there any big adjustment to what happens at the end? Like, is the barbarian horde that's coming really horny? Like, what?
They're just fucking.
Okay. Okay. All right.
He looks out like she's just getting derailed, like right there in the streets, and he just like has a single tear roll down his eye, and then just cut the credit.
All right, that's all right.
all the barbarians are already there. They're just fucking everyone. He's just in their own. They're only just staying away from him.
Oh. Yeah.
And like none of them will fuck him because like we respect you too much. You know our language. He's like, no, I want some pussy. Can someone fuck me, please? No, you will stay untouched. We will not harm you. And then they just go to fucking everything else.
That's pretty killer, actually. Like, and then they like anoint him in their future, like after they take over the society, like they anoint him as a holy person or something, and he truly never gets laid again. Oh.
Even for a crumb of pussy, he'll do the craziest things. They all know it.
Yes. See, now they say, all right, see there, see now we got, that's a quality picture. That's a quality picture right there. I'd watch that picture. Quality picture. Brant, do you want to try to like bring up glow up your fucking stupid drag queen bullshit anymore?
That's about it. Yeah, I guess like if I wanted to, I could really just I could cut it out even further to like a 30-minute episode where it's just kind of like a special. It's just a RuPaul drag show special where they just kind of like do this movie for this book as a theme. And yeah, that's my idea. Fuck you, this movie sucks, and that's as much effort as I'm going to put into it.
It's a terrible idea, Brant. You're bad at this, and I'm disappointed in you. Cats, you win. Pick a movie. You don't have to pick right now. We can, well, if viewers watching, don't worry, we'll tweet it later in the week. So you can.
Are you
Watch them.
We all did.
I liked it. That ain't good.
Very good.
Did we talk about this last time? I think we talked about this last.
It was garbage. Yeah, just the Wachowskis once again proving that women are not good directors. What bam!
No, actually, this is the first time that they've proved that.
Yeah, exactly.
And so also, this was only one Wachowski.
Oh, even wait, would two women be worse? Would two women be worse, or is one woman worse? Either way, still,
the biggest problem with woman directors is their periods, like getting all up into the process, right? So, like, these women's directors don't have to worry about that. So, what? No, yeah, no, I don't. What I'm saying, I'm saying you can't do it.
Oh, you finally figured one out. What is it? It's on Tubi, baby. It's on Tubi. It's free. It rotates. Everything rotates. Tubi gets stuff eventually, but oh, it's got Ben Stiller. Cool. Is this a sleeper like the Mel Gibson Christmas movie, or is this? Right. Okay. I'm into it.
Sounds like the hood, dude.
So how many times do they drop the N bomb in this one? Oh.
So this
There's no racism? Blazing Saddles. Blazing Saddles right off the bat.
there's a few of them in there. There's a good chunk of them.
There's a few of them right there. That's a good one too, yeah. Requiem for a Dream, I think, has a couple N bombs.
Requiem for a Dream?
I think it does
only
at the end, doesn't it?
Like there's a negligible amount of there's not enough.
I think there's one at least when like they're getting heroin and he's talking about his black friend, and I think he drops the N bomb like as they're leaving or something, and he's like,
has Michael Clark Duncan in it. Or no?
oh gosh.
Yeah. Was that Michael Clark Duncan? It had Marlon Wayans.
Fuck, who is it?
And not Michael Clark Duncan. The guy Keith David. It had Keith David in it. That was the guy who pulled his dick out.
Marlon Wayans. It is Marlon Wayans. Marlon Wayans is Tyrone. Shit.
That's a great movie, and he was very. You've never seen that movie? That is literally one of my favorite movies of all time.
Guess I know what I'm picking next time.
What Darren Aronofsky's didn't you like? Well, I mean, he is kind of a bummer. Yeah, you didn't like The Wrestler? I mean, it's also a bummer. The rest is really good. Black Swan's really good. Pie's really cool, and this is right after Pie. So like, filmmakers' first movies are usually the ones that have most of their like weird, creative, youthful juice on them. And Pie was like the like really fucking unhinged one, and this is Requiem for a Dream is like his Pulp Fiction as opposed to Pie being his Reservoir Dogs. If that makes sense. Is it that long? It's a miserable experience. It's an absolute
Requiem for a Dream. Yeah, I think it is. It's a bummer. Oh, you know what we should do?
I think it's only like an hour. I think it's about an hour 50.
Hour 42. Oh, let's.
It's nowhere near as bad as like a lot of those fuck those will fuck with you movies, but it's and I've gotten to the point where like I've seen it a bunch of times with a bunch of different people, so it doesn't fuck with me personally that much. Now it's just like it's also like, does drug abuse fuck with you? Like, there are some other like really emotional things in there.
Well, does ass to ass fuck with you?
If you want to watch it at some point, we can definitely watch it at some point. I would love to. Way better than waiting for the Barbarians.
We should take some acid and watch it, definitely.
Oof. Man, yeah, Katz has already seen Mother. He doesn't have to be attacked with two Darren.
But I'll be there with you the whole time. I promise to stay with you the whole time and not just leave you like your brother did, at least. I promise to stay with you and watch Requiem for a Dream on acid and not just leave you like your brother did with Mother.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just like, peace, boy.
It's a really cool movie. But like, oof. I would not want to watch that on acid alone. Oof. At someone else's house. On acid alone at someone else's house.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, that wasn't a good move. It's funny though. It's a funny story. And you totally like you got a uniquely horrifying experience watching it. That scene with the baby, oh god. Noah? Noah?
God's not dead.
God's not dead. No, Noah. Yeah, Noah's weird. Noah's a weird movie. I kind of liked it. I liked it visually, I guess, but like for the most part, it didn't really stick with me that much. Yeah, we are like the highway hell. All right, everybody. Fucking thanks for sending all the super chats. We decided not to read them because we don't expect you. We made about $1,100, which that's why I'm not reading that. Well, I don't get out of bed for $1,100. Hey, the fuck up, Simps. Like, you can't just, like, do you think that we're doing this for free?
That's a Patreon only Discord.
Yeah,
You
you
think we'll
gotta.
get in there with nothing?
We weren't gonna tell anybody about it, but since we really do, and we're doing it for you. You think you. Okay, like I'm actually just getting incensed now. So like, just well, let's go over to the Patreon page and do the after show. Yeah, save it for the people who actually care about us by paying. Uh, Poor bags. Okay, all right, you can end. Probably that's a good. That's a
Goodbye.